Dear students, welcome to financial management class. So we are in the fourth module is capital budgeting. So there are different techniques we have in the capital budgeting that we have already studied: non-discounting cash flow, it is payback period, post payback period and average rate of return. So we know how to calculate these three methods. So today we are going for discounting cash flow method. It's in discounting we have four types. One is discounting payback period, net profit value, profitability index and internal rate of return. So in the discounting factor, in discounting cash flow, this is a format for calculating cash inflows. So these are, we already know till cash inflow that I have all highlighted. So till cash inflow, we will calculate payback period, post payback period and average rate of return. So in the discounting cash inflow, for this we need present value of cash inflow till cash flow is the same, and cost of capital or discount factor or present value factor they will give in the problem. So we have to calculate the factor, then if you multiply cash inflow and the present value factor, then you will get present value of cash inflows. So it's clear, students? So in discounting cash flow, first method is discounting payback period. So in the traditional method, only payback period we know by using cash inflows, we will calculate when you will get that they will return that money, whatever you have invested, that you will get back. But in discounting, we have to convert into present value, then we have to calculate the payback period. So next we have net present value. So here we are calculating the present value of cash inflow, and net we are calculating, means actual profit we are calculating here. So here NPV means net profit value is also known as NPV. So NPV is equal to present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. So what present value of cash inflow, what we are calculating. So every year profit they will give, that we will convert into present value. So total of that is cash inflow. Cash inflow means profit. Present value of cash outflow means what you have actually invested. So initial investment is there, that is called present value of cash outflow. So if you minus these two, then you will get a present value of cash flow, net present value. So next, while giving the conclusion, how to accept the project or reject the project. If NPV means net present value is in positive, then we have to accept that project. If it shows negative, then we have to reject that project. So if in the case of one project, if they given two alternatives, means both are showing positive, but which is showing highest more profit, that we have to select. So next we have profitability index. So the formula is profitability index is equal to present value of cash inflow divided by present value of cash outflow. So same like NPV, only the same value there we are minusing, but here we are dividing. So means present value of cash inflow means profit, and present value of cash outflow means initial investment. So in the conclusion part, if profitability index is more than 1, so it's more than 1 means we have to accept. If it is less than 1, we have to reject. If it is a 2 alternative, which is if it is both are more than 1 means which is showing highest, that we have to select. So next we have internal rate of return. It's an IRR method. It's very important, students. So in this, we have to calculate three points we have. One is present value factor, range of IRR from present value annuity table, and IRR. So there is a 3 steps we have in the internal rate of return. So first we have to find what is the present value factor. So the formula for calculating the present value factor is cash outflow divided by average cash inflow. So here cash outflow means initial investment divided by average cash inflow. So what are the cash inflows we have, cash inflows that we have to take average. So total of that cash inflow divided by life of life of the asset. You will get average cash inflows. So from this point we have to from the annuity, present value of annuity table, we have to find the range. So while doing the sums, I will explain how to select the range. From that, after selecting the range, next we have to calculate IRR. In IRR, formula is x plus px minus I divided by px minus py into y minus x. So this is a formula. From this, IRR we know it's internal rate of return, x is lower discount rate. So from range we are selecting, always in the range, we will select two present value factors. So one is lower and higher, okay. X is a lower discount rate, y is a higher discount rate, px is present value of cash inflows at x. So we have to convert that into present value, then we will get value of px. Next, py means is in present value cash inflows at y, means two ranges are there, one is x and one is y. So I is an initial investment. So this is a problem. So in IRR, selecting the IRR, which project we have to accept and reject. If IRR is greater than cost of capital. So in the cost of capital means we have studied in the third module, means average minimum return you have to get from the business. So in this cost of capital, they will give the percentage. In the third module we have calculated the cost of capital, but here they will already they will give the cost of capital. By using that we have to find the IRR. If in this problem, if they given what IRR you are calculating, if it is more than IRR is more than your cost of capital, means we have to accept. If IRR is less than cost of capital, we have to reject. So it's clear, students, how to calculate. So students, this is capital techniques of capital budgeting is very important for 15 marks and 10 marks or 10 marks. It's a compulsory question. So in this, from this fourth module, means compulsory 50 case study or 10 marks you will get, but they will say all the methods to calculate. So from the overall, always they will give two alternatives. For two alternatives also we have to calculate, and which is the best alternative by using calculating all this method, and we have to choose one alternative. It's clear, students? So I will explain with an illustration. A project needs an investment of rupees 1,38,500. The cost of capital is 12%. The cash inflow are as follows. So years they have given, cash inflows they have given. So the project needs an investment of rupees 1,38,500. So initial investment is 1,38,500. Cost of capital they have given as a minimum return they have to get from the investment is 12%. They have given cash inflows. They have given directly cash inflows. So calculate net present value, profitability index and IRR method. So these three methods we have to find. So given cash outflow they have given 1,38,500, PV factor they have given as 12%. So first we will calculate present value of cash inflows. This is the first method to calculate the net present value. So PV factor at 12%, the PV factor or cost of capital is both are same. So 12% they have given. So how to calculate the PV factor? So if you have present value table, on that 12% we can directly take, or else by using the formula also you can calculate. So PV factor at 12%, first year, by using this formula we can calculate 1 divided by 1 plus I. So 1 divided by I is in PV factor, is a cost of capital they have given as 12%, is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus 12%, is 0.12. So if you add this, 1 divided by 1.12 is equal to 1 divided by 1.12 is equal to 0.893. So this is the first year PV factor. If you using citizen calculator, if you press equal, you will get for next second year, third year, fourth year also you will get, or else use the table, present value table. So these are the values I got, means in the first year is 0.893, for second year is 0.797. So for calculating the present value of cash inflow, no, if you calculate this two, the first year, no, 30,000 into 0.893. If you multiply that, you will get 26,790. So present value of cash inflow for first year is 26,790. So like that you have to calculate for each year. So for second year 40,000 into 0.797. So this is a 31,880. So this is how you have to calculate. So we have to calculate present value of cash inflow for discounting cash inflow. So it's clear, student? So next we have, so these are the information we have calculated. Cash inflows, present value of cash inflows. So we need present value of cash inflows we need. So for all years we have calculated. So from this, no, first method what we have to calculate, net present value. So what is the formula? Present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. So here present value of cash inflow means they have given present value of cash inflow, we have to make a total of that. If you add all this 5 years present value of cash inflows, no, you will get 1,31,810. So that is the present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow, they have given us 1,38,500. So if you take two values, no, so your NPV means 1,31,810 minus 1,38,500. If you minus, no, you will get minus 6,690. So your NPV is negative. So I marked as red mark. If it is present value is more than that, no, then we can select. If it is a negative, no, let's see in the conclusion part. Okay, at last we will make a conclusion. So next we will calculate profitability index. The formula is present value of cash inflow divided by present value of cash outflow. So your present cash inflow is 1,31,810. So cash outflow is 1,38,500. If you divide that, no, you will get present value factor is 0.9519. So its profitability index is 0.9516. So third method is what we have to calculate is IRR method. So in this 3 steps we have, one is present value factor. So your formula is present value factor is equal to cash outflow divided by average cash inflow. So students, here they have given, we should not if a cash average cash inflow only they have given, they have not given us average present value. For this, no, we should not calculate the present value, we have to take as it is a cash inflows. For that I am making a note. So they have given cash outflow as 1,38,500. So average cash inflow. So from this, no, we have to calculate average cash inflows also we have to calculate to find the present value factor. So the formula is total cash inflow divided by life of the asset. So what are the information they have given cash inflow in the problem? So for 5 years they have given total cash inflow is 1,80,000 is your cash inflow. So if you add all the cash inflows, no, 5 years, you will get 1,80,000 divided by life of the asset is 5 years. So average cash inflow is equal to 1,80,000 divided by 5. So if you calculate, divide that, no, you will get cash average cash inflow is 36,000. So from the present value factor, no, we know means your cash outflow is 1,38,500 and your average cash inflow is what we have calculated is 36,000. So if you divide these two, no, you will get 3.847. So this is only 3 points you can take. Okay. So present value factor we have calculated. So next we will calculate range of IRR. So we have already, so from the annuity table we have to find. So this is a present value of annuity table. So I have shared this table in your Google class also. Once if you have any doubt, no, you can check once. So from this table, how to find the range? So they have given us now present value factor is 3.847. So the number of life is for the machinery is 5 years they have given, no. Only in the present value of annuity table, no, in the 5th year, only for 5th year we have to find. So which is in range we have to calculate, no. The present value factor is 3.847, no. So one in the range, while calculating the range, no, one should be more than present value factor, one is less than present value factor, so that you can find the range of that. Okay, so in the present value factor is 3.847 they have given. So for the 5th year, only for 5th year we have to find. So in the from starting we have to see, so which is near to, first we have to find the near to that. So it's 3.847, no. In the 9th year is 3.890. So it is near to present value factor. So here the present value factor is 3.847 and in the 9% is 3.890 they have given. So it is, in while selecting the range, no, one should be more than 3.847, one should be less than 3.847. So in the 9%, no, the value is 3.89. So it is present value factor is 3.84. So 9% is more than that. So your present value is that. So 9% is more than that present value factor. One should be less than present value factor. For 10th year is 3.791. So for one is more than that, one is less than that. So we will select 9% and 10%. So in the 9th year is 3.89. So it is more than PV factor, means present value factor, and for 10% is less than present value factor. So we will select range is 9% to 10%. So it's clear, students, how to find the range. So we have found a range of IRR from present value of annuity table is 9% to 10%. This is our range. So for this, no, for IRR we have to calculate. So here is 9 to 10%, no. 9 is a lower discount rate, means discount rate, both are discount rate only, but 9% is a lesser, no, it's less, lower discount rate is 9%, higher discount rate is 10%. So for both also we have to find the present value cash inflow. So for present value of 9, for 9%, this is the present value. So you can use that formula 1 divided by 1 plus I, okay, or else by using the table also, we have the present value table, by using that also you can take the values. So next, cash inflows into PV factor, if you multiply, no, you will get present value of cash inflow for lower discount rate. So for first year is 30,000 into 0.917, if you multiply that, 27,510 you will get. So like that for each year you have to calculate. For present higher discount rate is 10%. So for 10% I have used formula, or else you can take from that present value table also. So cash inflows into 10% you have to calculate. So here, no, for higher discount rate, to find the present value of cash inflow, 30,000 into 0.909 you have to calculate. If you multiply, you will get 27,270. So first we have to find the present value. It's clear, students. Next we will make a total of that. So for lower discount, for 9% total is present value of cash inflow is 1,47,750. For 10% is 1,38,280. So always, students, clear, always while calculating range, no, present value, actual cash outflow is how much? 1,38,500. One present value should be less than initial investment, one should be more than initial investment. Okay, here at 9% is one actual investment is 1,38,500. So in the 9% is 1,41,750. So your actual investment is no 1,38,500. It's more, 9% is more than that value. Okay, for 10 percentage is how much? It's less than. So your initial investment is 1,38,500. So but in the 10th percentage, no, 1,38,250. So your less in this the 10 percentage, no, present value is less than your initial investment. So always clear, make a note students, one should be more than that initial investment, one present value should be less than initial investment, so that you will get an exact IRR. Okay, so why we are calculating IRR means in the normal in this problem they are given cost of capital as 12%, but your present value is negative, net present value is negative. So your net present value should be 0. So what will be the cost of capital? That is what we are going to calculate in IRR. So your present next third method is IRR method you have to calculate. So the formula is x plus px minus I divided by px minus py into 1 minus x. So x is lower discount rate is they have given us 9%. So your lower discount 9% to 10%. No, your value of x is lower discount rate is 9%. So value of y is higher discount rate is 10%. So px means present value of cash inflows at x. So at 9% is 1,41,750. For py means higher discount rate. So your total present value of cash inflow is 1,38,280. So your initial investment is 1,38,500. So from this formula, no, we have got all this information. By using all this information, no, we'll calculate IRR. So these are the information I got. So if you take the value, no, IRR equal to value of x is 9%. So 9 I have taken. So plus px is 1,41,750 minus initial investment is 1,38,500 divided by px is 1,41,750 minus py is 1,38,280. So into y minus x. So value of y is 10, value of x is 9. So 9 I have taken. So IRR is 9 plus, so if you minus 1,41,750 minus 1,38,500, so you will get 3,250. So divided by 1,41,750 minus 1,38,280 is 3,470. So 10 minus into 10 minus 9 is 1. So I am taken 1. So your IRR is equal to 9 plus, if you divide 3,250 divided by 3,470 is 0.9365. So into 1. So if you multiply 0.9365 into 1, so you will get 0.9, same only you will get. So if you add this 9 plus 0.9365, no, so your IRR is 9.9365%. So your IRR is always we have to denote it as percentage only. So if your cost of capital is 9.9365%, then your net present value will be 0. Okay. So it's clear students, IRR how to calculate. So try to solve, don't copy from this video also sometimes, but first you listen the video, then try to solve by own. Later you check the answer whether it's correct or what. Okay student. So conclusion part. So what are the steps we have calculated? NPV we have calculated, profitability index and IRR. So what is the criteria for selecting or rejecting the project? If NPV is positive, we have to accept. If NPV is negative, we have to reject. So it is NPV, according to NPV method, no, this proposal is not proper, means we can reject this project. So profitability index is 0.9516. So if profitability index is more than 1, So it's less than 1. So 0.95 they have, what we have calculated is this. So it's not more than 1. So it is less than 1. So we have to reject this project. Then IRR is 9.9365 percentage. So when you have to accept this, so if IRR is rate is more than cost of capital. So what is the cost of capital they have given in this problem? 12 percentage they have given. So I have given in the bracket. But what actually in IRR we have got is 9.9365 percentage. So it less than, so your IRR is less than cost of capital. So you have to reject. So all three, according to all three above steps, no, we'll reject this one. So I have made a note of that. So on the basis of net present value, we reject this proposal because NPV is negative. So on the basis of profitability index, we reject this proposal because profitability index is less than 1. So on the basis of IRR, we reject this proposal because IRR is less than cost of capital is 12 percentage. So it is advisable for the company not to invest in this project. So this is a conclusion part. So we should not invest in this project. So students, it is only have given only for one project I have given. In the exams, no, they will give 2 alternatives. From this, no, we have to calculate all the steps which is giving the more, no, which project is acceptable, project X, or if it is project X and project Y. So in this, no, which gives the highest, no, that we have to select. So it's clear, students, how to calculate discounting cash inflow techniques but in budgeting control is a net present value, profitability index and IRR method. So it's clear. So if you have any doubt, no, you can call me or message me. So try to solve this problem by your own. So if you have any doubts, no, you can call me. The company has to select one of the following 2 projects if the cost of capital is 10%. So 10% they have given as cost of capital is a project X and project Y. So which is the best you have to select. So cash inflows they have already given, only cash inflows. So convert into the present value of cash inflows by using 10% cost of capital. So initial investment for project X is 11,000. Initial investment for a project Y is 10,000. So for 4 years, the life of the asset is 4 years, you can use that. So cash inflows they have given. Calculate net present value, profitability index, internal rate of return. Suggest the best alternative on the above basis calculation. Calculate. So for all these 3 methods we have to calculate, and we'll select according to these 3 methods, no, which project we have to invest. So try to solve this problem, students. If you have any doubt, no, you can call me and message me. Thank you.